Next we have Region Chair for 58, last Region Chair of 7, Ryan Wilcox. Went home. Okay. Last Region Chair 6, Ryan Jeff Friedman.
Thank you. I'll begin by telling you what a remarkable person Ryan Ilkka is. Then I'll describe all the wonderful things he's done in the Lions community. And I'll conclude by saying some things that are true. I do my best to prepare speeches, and it's a challenge to compress all of my points into something long enough to be interesting, but short enough so the audience won't fall asleep. A politician once asked, "How long does it take you to prepare a 10-minute speech?" 2 weeks, he answered. "How about a 1-hour speech?" 1 week, he said. "Well, what about a 2-hour speech?" he said. "I'm ready now." I won't do that. I've known Ryan Ilkka now for some 4 or 5 years, and in that time, we spent a lot of time discussing the challenges of Lionism. Everyone today will comment on Ilkka's accent. I know it's not that way to confuse and frustrate. It's just the slight warble in the way his English comes across that is a challenge. I've spent hours talking with Ryan Ilkka on many topics on the phone, in his hotel room at Canada USA Leadership Forum, at conventions, and overall dealing and handling the business of the district. The key for me is to take in the full sentences, interpret what's been said, verify content where confusion arises. He's not intellectually challenged, provided you don't ask him to spell intellectually challenged. Ilkka may have been a hippie in the 60s, and perhaps he still aspires to be one. As actually last week at the event we were at, his afro was showing and still reaching out in all directions. I have to admit, the topic came up earlier, but I actually did see a picture in amongst one of these of Ilkka without the goatee. And I understand now why he grew it to have a bold, square chin. He's the epitome of dark and handsome. When it's dark, he's handsome. I must add that they say behind every good man is a good woman. And Cisco has been tolerant of the hours that you've spent in Lionism, spending many hours with you in the process. I've spent time in all those hotel rooms and on the phone where she's been present, and she has a lot of patience. Ilkka was a master of technology at City TV and at Global, and I've heard all kinds of stories about it, and they're fascinating. He did many innovations that made that broadcaster have superior communications for all of their viewers. As our district governor, he tried many different ways to ensure clarity of communications existed. But of course, the message didn't always reach everyone clearly. It's a challenge for anyone to lead the district. We change officers every year. Each new voice tries to build on the previous. And Ilkka was no different. Was it how things were said, or whether anyone was willing to listen, to hear the great words? Well, time will tell. Your successors will try their very best to match what you've achieved. I look forward to working with you on a continuous basis in the future. One of the things about being a past district governor, you are now qualified to help in the district. Some say that too many after-dinner speakers make people dull. I'd argue that too many dull people make dinner speeches, so I'll sit down.